Good morning, students. Good morning, students. A very warm welcome to the state live lecture of Geography, class 9. Today we are going to start with the new chapter number 9, that is trade. I have started sharing the screen. On your screen, you can see, students, there are the two words which are blinking continuously. Yes, that is sell and buy. Sell and buy. Yes, before going to the chapter, we are going to see one small activity which is given in your textbook. Yes, let's discuss this above question, students. Now, see here. What is the questions here? Obtain the following information. Here you can see, make a list of commodities which you use daily. Now, what is commodities? Commodities means a product or any material. Yes, means which you use daily. For example, toothpaste, soap, vegetables, fruits, shampoos, clothes. These are our commodities which we use daily. Now, see the second point. Who uses this commodities? Means who uses? We uses. Yes, the human beings use this, all the commodities. Then write the sources of the supplies of these commodities. Means the product which we buy from the shop, from where we get. Yes, from the shops. Yes, means all the commodities are not made in our local area. Yes, the shopkeepers get it from the factory. From where they are bringing from the factory, and they are selling from their own shop. Then from where do you buy these commodities? We buy it from a product. We buy it from our local area, small shops, markets, malls. We buy the commodities. What do you call the act of buying and selling? Yes, here firstly you see the this first slide. It was this one. What is the act of buying and selling? What buying and selling means? What means? Trade. So when the trade comes, these two words you have to keep it in your mind. That is buying and selling. Always remember, when there is a buying and selling of any product or any material, the trading process will be there. What does the shopkeeper take in lieu of the commodity? Take in lieu means exchange. If we are taking the product, in exchange, what we are exchanging? We are taking the product and we are giving money to that shopkeeper. Means instead of product, what we are getting? Sorry, instead of money, we are getting the product. So from where do these commodities come to market? From where have you bought them, and what is the main source? That we are going to see in this lessons. Next. Now here, the main lesson we are going to start, student. On the basis of the information obtained above, you will realize that we buy the goods we need from the shops, markets, or malls around us. Generally, the sellers of these goods are not the manufacturers of these goods. They bring these commodities from somewhere. Now here, for example, let's take an example of milk. Yes, the milk is sold by the shopkeeper in the in small shops also, in the malls also, etc. But they are not having their cows in their own home. Yes, they are not having cows in their own house in buffaloes, but they are bringing the milk from other place, and they are selling in their shops. So this was the example for the first point. Then next, it is not necessary that these commodities are manufactured in our surrounding. They are manufactured at places where far away. Yes, manufactured means the product is being made over there. The product which is made, it is known as manufacture. Then they would be first brought by retail sellers from wholesale market factories, agricultural product market communities, etc. And then they reach us. Firstly, when the product is being made, student, after manufacturing, after the production, it will first get brought by retail sellers from the wholesale market. Then factories, agriculture product market communities. This is a chain, student, of the product. Fine. Then finally the product will reach to us. Next, we have various needs in our day-to-day life. Yes, we buy various things to satisfy these wants. Whatever we want, student, those are our needs. Yes, and when we satisfy these needs, students, we have to buy the things. We buy the things. When we buy them, we create a demand for them. Yes, when we buy the product, we are having the demand for it. Then to fulfill the demand for these products, the production of these goods is carried out. If there is demand for that product, student, to fulfill the demand for these products, the production then producers means what, student? Producer means the product which is being who is producing that person is known as the producer. I mean, that producer will supply the goods. In other words means what, he will sell that product in the wholesale market. Then thus the buying and selling of good is done to fulfill each other's needs. These who purchase are the consumers of the goods. Means when the product is made finally, student, that time who will purchase that product? The consumers means what? The customers. Consumers means the product which is consumes, or which who buys the product is known as consumers. In this point, in this slide, only this two word is very important, student: a demand and a producer. Demand means, once again we'll revise what is demand. Demand means what here? We need, when we need this material in day-to-day life. Yes, for example, there are some peoples who fulfill our demand. That means the commodities or necessary items which we demand which we demand are produced or manufactured. Then, for example, now see, we are going to take the example of demand only. When we are demanding for an onion, yes, as a citizen of India, so here the farmer will produce the onion, yes, or any vegetable will take. So the farmer is the producer over there, and we are demanding that product, means we are demanding onion. That means when we demand, the producer will produce the product. That is known as demand and producer. These 2 points you have to keep it in your mind. Yes. Now, the proper definition of trade. See, the trade means what? The producer produces and the sellers sell the goods. Buyers and sellers sell and buy the goods respectively. This is called trade. When the when these two words, which when these two words come, student, it is the process of trading. Means when they will ask you the question, explain the concept of trade. So in this way, you are going to write the answer. Explain the in two, 3 points. Draw this type of chart, and then you will score the good marks for the concept of trade. Buyers and sellers buy and sell the goods respectively. This is called as trade. And when the trading process is there, there is the demand for the product and there is a supply of the product. Next, trade is an important economic activity. The economic life of people is interdependent. No region or country is self-sufficient. Trade between two regions is necessary to fulfill the needs of the people. As each region has different geographical condition, each region produces specific commodities. Now, here what they have said here, trade, it is an important economic activity. Yes, hence there is an economic activity, student. The life of the people is interdependent on each other. For example, here see, no region or country is self-sufficient. Means each regions, the geographical condition is different. Yes, then when the trading is done between two regions, that time they fulfill the need of people. So here what they have said, as a region produces a specific commodities. Yes, let's take an example of Nagpur. In it is famous. Yes, Nagpur is famous for the oranges, right? So there is some speciality in that Nagpur region that produce. When we are living in other region, oranges, another region. So here each other
Pradna ma'am, you are muted.
It is hello. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Now you are audible.
Yes. Sorry for interruption, student. See here. Here they have given the examples of apples. We were talking about the trading which is done from one region to another region. Why it is trading is done? Because there is some, you can say, for that particular region, some product or vegetable fruit is famous because due to the geographical climate, we can say, due to the geographical conditions. So here see the example they have given. For example, apples which are produced in Jammu Kashmir are sent to other states of India having a demand for it. Yes, as with the apples which are produced in Jammu Kashmir, where they are being sent to other states. Why other states? Because other states people, they are demanding for apples. That's why they are sending. So here the product which is being from one region to other region, which is going on, it is known as trading. Yes, and why the why the trading is done between one to another region? Because they want, because they are fulfilling the demands of the peoples. Okay, if in our, we can take, if in Maharashtra state, student, there are no apples and the peoples are demanding for it, more and more demands are going on. So from where the apples will be, will from where the apples will come? They will be send it from the Jammu Kashmir. Yes, we will get it from Jammu Kashmir. Then here next is that there is this just a point to keep it in your mind, student, that do you know, as you all know, there is a old age concept of trading. Means this trading trade is not the, you can say, the latest word, you can say. It is the old age concept. Means from the olden days this trading is going on. In olden days, students, what used to happen, uh, in olden days, you must have also experienced, students, about this concept. This concept is that, for example, if I have grains, yes, I have grains, yes, but another person is having utensils, yes, is having any one utensils. So here I need the utensils, and the person who is standing in front of me, he needs the grains. So here there will be the exchange of the product. Means I will take the utensils, and my grains I will give to that person. So here what is, I am exchanging the product without money. I am exchanging the money without, I'm exchanging the product without money. This is known as the old age concept of trading. And also one example here, it is that if we give old clothes, yes, we give, when we give the old clothes to these ladies, instead of the old clothes, they will give you the kitchen utensils. This is also the old age concept of trading. But today, in this modern age, student, this trading is carried out with the help of currency only. Yes, means in the uh, this trading is carried out only with the help of money. Only, but the barter system is still prevalent to a small extent in remote areas amongst the tribal people. Means the proper word of they have given, that is barter system. Also, in most of the villages at present, this barter system we can see. Okay, next. Now, there are simple two types of trading, that is visible trade and invisible trade. Visible trade means what? When there is a buying and selling of good, it is called a visible trade. When there is a buying and selling of good, it is a visible trade. Means when the product which we can feel, which we can see, that is known as visible trade. Means when you go to a shop or when you purchase the vegetable, fruits, yes, you give the money to the shopkeeper and instead of that you take the product. Yes, means you are handling that product, right? Yes, and you are instead of the product you are giving money to the shopkeeper. So this is known as visible, the product which you can see properly, feel properly, that is known as visible trade. Then next is invisible trade. Next is invisible trade. Invisible trade means what? When there is exchange of services. For example, teachers, doctors, lawyers, they are exchanging their services. Means the teachers, they teach students. Yes, teacher gives knowledge to the students. Yes, doctors, what they do? Doctors, they treat the, give the advice to the patients, give the medicines. Yes. So this is known as invisible trade, where the exchange of service can be seen. That is known as invisible trade. These are the simple two types of trade. Next. Yes, this is the main, we can say the main types of trade, student. Why it is? Because it is being divided in two types, on the basis of quantity of goods, on the basis of extent of trade region. Yes, it's a very wide point, student, it is. So one point we are going to see in detail. So here the types of trade are being divided into on the basis of quantity and on the basis of trade region. Then again it is being subdivided in quantity, means in the wholesale trade, and it is retail trade. So first we are going to go with the first one, this one, that is wholesale trade. Yes, see here, types of trade. According to the quantity of goods, depending on the quantity of goods, there are two types of trade. Yes, when we are talking about the quantity, when we are talking about the amount of goods, that time there are two types, wholesale trade and retail trade. It's very easy to understand, student, this wholesale trade and retail trade. These two terms you must have heard also in your school, at your home, in your friend circle. Yes. Now, what is wholesale market? Wholesale market means what? Here, the traders buy commodities on a large scale directly brought from the producers. The commodities are also sold on large scale to retail traders. This is called as wholesale trading. Wholesale traders buy goods on a large scale from industrialists, from farmers, etc. For example, now orchard owners of mangoes or oranges sell their entire production to the wholesale traders. Now here two images you can see. These are the actual images of wholesale sari market or your food grains market. So yeah, wholesale market means what, students? When the traders buy the products on the large scale. Now, if you want to buy, students, 100 pens, 100 blue pens, if you want to buy, 100 pens, so where you will go? You will go to the wholesale market. Why? Because we are buying it in a very large quantity. We don't want not a single pen. Yes, we don't want a single pen. We want 100 pens. So that's why we are going to the wholesale market, because we want that product on a large scale. So that's why we directly will go to the wholesale market. Why? Now here the question, why? Because in a large quantity, when we ordered, we the price of that product, it will be less. Yes. Then second important point is that the product which is made by the producer, that producer, he will directly get it to the wholesale market. Yes, means in between nobody will be there, the producer and the market. So this is known as the wholesale trading. Sorry. Next, now this was the first type of trading, that is quantity of goods. First point was wholesale trade. Now we are going to see about retail trade. Then retail trade means what? When the traders buy goods from wholesale traders and sell it directly to the consumers, is known as retail trade. The quantity of goods sold is less in this case. For example, the shopkeepers selling goods, vegetable vendors in market, etc. Now, retail trade means what, student? When the traders buy goods, means when we buy the when we buy when we buy the goods, yes, from the wholesale market. Now, suppose I told you all that I want 100 pens. Yes, then first I will go to the wholesale market. Yes, then from the wholesale market, student, if I want to sell those pens, so in my shop at my home, I can sell that pen at for single, means one pen I will sell it for that price, whichever price will be there. So now in your home also, in your locality, in your area, there is a small shop, students. Those small shops are known as retail shop. Yes, means where the consumer, the customer can easily go there and buy the product, is known as retail shop. And another meaning in simple words, you can see that in your area, near to your road, yes, near to your house, there is shops are there, that is the retail shops. Then here the quantity of the goods means at a time only you can take one or two products. Mean at a time you cannot take 50 soaps, 50 pens at a time. You cannot take the in a large amount. Yes, you can take it by one or two product. For example, here they have given, here you can see the images, student. The vegetable vendors, they are sitting, yes, in the market, they are selling the vegetables. Then here you can see the shopkeeper is also selling the one product only. So this was the difference between the retail trade and the wholesale trade. Next. Now, till now, what we have learned this part of this types of trade. These are the very main types of trade, students. It is on the basis of quantity of goods. We have studied about wholesale trade and retail trade. Now we are going to move to this part on the basis of extent of trade region. For it, first we are going to learn about the domestic trade. It is also known as internal trade, and second is international or external trade. Yes. Now B1 means the second type of trade. According to the extent of region, the buying and selling of goods happens at various places. Yes. The buying and selling product, it is being happened in at various places. Why they have said here at various places? Because the trading is divided into three parts: local, regional, national, and international. Yes, local, regional, national, and international. Now, we'll see in details here. The first trade, that is internal trade, domestic trade in the extent of region. Domestic trade and or internal trade means what? Let's see. This trade takes place between different regions within the same country. The size of the country, diversity, distribution, and availability of natural resources affect the internal trade within a country. Now, the trade which takes between the different regions within the same country means in the same country only the trading is done from one state to another. That is known as domestic or internal trade. Then the size of the country, diversity, distributions, and availability means when the, for example, now from Maharashtra we are sending the products to Gujarat. Yes, so within the limit of the country, we have to see the rules and regulations of it. That means we have to see the boundaries of the country. Yes, that is domestic trade. So when we are talking about student trading from one region to another region, you have to see all the we have to see all the limits of each other regions, even the boundaries also we have to see. Then what they have said here about the size of the country, about the distribution and availability of natural resources. Now, suppose we take example of land, water. For example, in Rajasthan, students, we have land. It's like full of desert. Yes, Kashmir. In Kashmir, we see where there is snow. Yes. In Maharashtra, we have plateau region, plain region. The production of the commodity, it depends upon the land. Yes, the product which is made, which is being produced, it is totally depend upon the land. For example, black soil. In Maharashtra, the black soil region, there cotton grow properly, but in other region, cotton doesn't grow. Yes, so here we can see the quantity of cotton is more, so we are trading it or we are selling it to the other country. Then in India, factors like diversity in geographical conditions are high. Population also affect the domestic trade. A country's development is dependent a country's development is dependent on extent of the domestic trade. If there is a good economic growth, then trade will also be more. Thus, there is a positive relation between economic growth and trade. So here, what they have said here, when the trading is done from one region to another, that time the country's development is dependent on totally on the domestic trade. Here, the country's development can also be seen. Now, if there is a good trading is done from one region to another student, that time here you can say there is a positive relation between one country to another country, means between economic growth also and the trade also. So in this topic about the domestic and internal trade, you have to keep it in your mind, means the trading is done only within the same country, but the states are different. That is known as internal or domestic trade. Next, international trade. In the word only, they have said the meaning, that is international trade. Now, international trade means what? About the international, about the countries. Yes. See here, international trade means what? International trade means the exchange of goods and services of one country with another country. International trade means what? When there is an exchange of goods and services from one country with another country, with other country. Trading is done between one country to other country is known as international trade. Some countries produce specific products in excess. For example, crude oil in Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, and wheat production in USA, Canada, etc. Now here they have given the example, students. Example is that in Saudi Arabian, crude oil is being produced. Yes, then next is Kuwait. In Kuwait also. And the wheat production is done in the USA and Canada, etc. So here what they have said, yes, students, that a specific product in excess, means in a very much large amount, which we can get where that product is being produced in that country, is known as international trade. And when that product is there in an excess number, student, that time the country which is lacking back with that product, they will demand it for the product, and it will go for trading, buying and selling. Trading procedure will be go on. Next, these products are sent to countries having demand for those goods. This leads to the beginning of international trade. When international trade takes place between two countries, it is bilateral trade. When it occurs between more than two countries, it is called multilateral trade. Now here what they have said here, as when this trading is done between, when the product is being sent from one country to another country, that time it gives the chance, or it is a beginning of the international trade. Next, when international trade takes place between two countries, means when the trading is done only between two countries, that is bilateral trade. Only two countries are involved in the trading system. It is known as bilateral trade. Next, what is multilateral trade? When there is one or from when there is two or more countries, it is known as multilateral trade. this was about the international trade. Next, now here, till now what we have learned? We have learned the two simple types of trade, student. Then we have move on to the two main types of trade. Then it is been subdivided in again two. Yes, that was types of trade. First was on the basis of quantity, and second was on the basis of extent, region. In that, we have learned about wholesale market, retail market, and then we have learned internal trade, external trade. Internal, domestic trade, external means internal, international trade. Now we are going to see the next point in this chapter, that is export and import. Export and import. Now, when there is a buying and selling of the product, student, there is a import and export process is there. Now this export and import trade are the basis of process of international trade only. Means export and import, it's a basic process where you can see that it can be seen in the international trade. When a country buys those goods and services which are scarce in their own country from another country, it is known as import. Means scarce means what, students? It means that very short supply, very less. Yes, it now if a country buys these goods and services, and in that country if that product is not there, then that product will give the demand. Yes, that country will give the demand of that product, and it can be import from another country. That is known as importing. Yes, the product is getting in that country. Export means what, students? Simple. When a country produces excess goods or services then required, it sells these to countries which have a demand for it. For example, export. For example, export means if if in Jammu Kashmir there is the production of the apples is excess. Yes, and the other countries, yes, and the other countries, they want those apples. That time the Jammu Kashmir, they will export their apples to other country. Means they will export their apples to other countries. Yes, and the apples which will be imported in that country, it is known as import. So this is the two term, export and import. Okay, understood this? Export and import. Yes, now here we have started this lessons. Yes, now we are going to we have done, student, about this first part of this chapter. Now we are going to do the revision what we have learned till now. Yes, let's revise. We have learned about the definition of trade, visible and invisible trade, and these main types of trade. Yes, definition trade means you have to buying and selling. These two words you have to keep it in your mind. Visible and invisible. Visible means you can see the product. Invisible means about doctors, lawyers. Main types: wholesale market, retail market, domestic trade, international trade. So this what we have learned for today. I request all the students to go through this lesson revise all the points. We are going to continue the same chapter. Okay. Yes, now time to evaluate. Here you can see you have to classify this trade between the the taking place between the following regions. Means here Maharashtra and Punjab, they have given here the state's name, and you have to answer whether it is internal trade, external trade, multilateral trade, or bilateral trade. So take the screenshot, and you can solve this in your notebook also. Okay, for the next lecture, we will take question answers on this. Okay, and we are going to continue the same chapter, the second part of this. Okay, so thank you, students. I hope you have understood this lesson. Please go through it and keep learning. Thank you.